People often underestimate the power of good rest. Boy, we slept great here at the Best Western, and now we are on day 6 of the Great American Convoy. Already starting to be a little tired, but nowhere near too tired to finish our 34-day road trip for the Great American Convoy, raising money for the Wounded Warrior Project. Y'all, we are in Roanoke Valley, Harley Davidson. I got my boy Groundhog with me. Groundhog puts down some serious miles. And what did you do the other day, Groundhog? Tell them about it.
We did a fundraising ride for Wounded Warriors. We had over 60 bikes, and we had a $20 fee to ride, and all that donation will go to the Wounded Warriors.
So that is just one way this dealership and their team is working to raise money for the Great American Convoy before we even arrive. And the dealership itself said they're going to continue to fundraise till the actual end of the convoy. Great idea, great inspiration for maybe something in your local community before we all arrive. Groundhog, you the man.
My pleasure. You the man.
Aaron and Shannon had to leave us this morning, which was a sad day for us, but they didn't leave before leaving a little gift, Dave.
So there's 400 here, but I do know that they dropped a couple hundred over the course of a few days that they were riding with us. So
thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Splash in the pot. Hey. Aaron, Shannon, y'all rock.
Basically what we did, we told everybody for the month of June, every bike that we sold, we were going to donate $250 to the Wounded Warrior Project.
Dang it, man.
So that total ended up being $6,000. And then in addition to that, we went ahead, we had a ride, and that alone, just people coming and giving donations, was another $1,760 on top of that. So grand total of those two is $7,760.
Oh, man. Give me a hug, dude. Thank you so much, man. We needed that in a big way. Thank you so much.
Yeah, really glad to help out.
Oh my God. Dude, thank you guys. Thank you all. That puts us right back on track, man.
Good. I'm glad.
God dang, man.
Yeah.
Dude, that is so huge.
Yeah.
Roanoke Valley Harley Davidson, y'all raised $11,342, and they did it by pulling together as a community. Match that with an extremely generous crowd here today. People were digging deep to give to our veterans, and that's exactly what we need. What we raise here, that $11,342, 100% of that goes to the Wounded Warrior Project for them to help veterans. Warm?
A little bit.
After leaving the dealership, we banged down a couple interstates, and while the interstates are good for making time and certainly part of a trip this big, sometimes you hit that traffic, and we got stuck behind some oversized vehicles that had the lanes backed up for a long ways coming off a grade. Nonetheless, the elevations were high and then low, and the scenery when the trees broke was absolutely beautiful. The only thing more beautiful than the scenery today is the company we keep. We're gonna check in with some of the people riding with us today and hear some of their stories and just how far they came in.
I'm riding almost 400 miles today. Met up with the group. I'm gonna ride with the group tomorrow. I did this last year too for a couple of days, did 4 states last year, and just excited to be able to help support what Adam's doing with the veterans.
I've been on the convoy since Friday, right before it started. My favorite part is camaraderie, being with the team, and just sharing miles. I'm staying until tomorrow morning, so I got about 700 miles to get back home.
What an absolute gorgeous ride in. It's like the interstate just opened up for us. It gave us these beautiful sweeping turns. There was no traffic. We could open up and play a little bit out there on the interstate. And that's really what these bikes are made for. Kind of that higher interstate speed, winding and turning. The build I've got does good, I mean real good in those tight twisties, but those interstate sweepers, man, it's like, that's what this bike was called to do. Setting these bikes up to take those corners is a really big deal too. They're decent from the factory, but if you can tune that suspension correctly and get the right suspension on there, it really makes a difference. A lot of people think suspension is just for those potholes, but one of the things I find the most, especially when loaded down with a weight, is to get that tuned correctly and it'll set tight in those corners. You don't get that wobble, you don't get that shake. Your suspension comes in, it compresses just to the right, sets that tire, and lets you go. I use Legend suspension in the rear. I've used the Revo Arcs on pretty much every touring model I've built in the last few years, and it performs flawlessly for me in these situations, just like it did here tonight. So if you come in here and look, you can see down here I've got a complete Kraus front end, and this one really complements that rear end I've got. It's an inverted front suspension. This is a high dollar premium thing. It's not for everybody, but if you're looking to get every ounce of performance you can out of a machine like this, that front end has absolutely performed flawless for me, and it was just eating up those curves. This is a great combination. I have never had a bagger perform better than what this one is, especially on those high speed corners. So I wanted to tell you.
What did you want to tell me?
That I'm super jealous of you.
Really?
I am.
Okay.
Because you get to do this trip with your wife, and I don't. It's awesome sharing. Let me help you out here.
Thank you.
Look at her. That's a friend.
Thank you. Yeah, that is a good buddy. Yeah.
But on a serious note, man, you get to share this with your wife. It's awesome. We go to all these hotels. We're on the road. We're sharing experiences and people. I think everybody needs to meet your wife.
Yeah.
Think you can bring her over here?
I'll get her.
Let's get her.
Yeah.
So last year, I think we joined up on like day 7 or 8. We thought we'd stay for maybe 3 weeks. We ended up staying for most of the convoy. Had so much fun. This year, we hit day 1. I have to go back till on July 28th. My role is to make sure that everyone has the chance to sign up, get the QR code, make sure everyone's happy.
I'm gonna unload my luggage here. One thing I love about this luggage is how simple it is to unhook it, to strap it to and from the bike. And right back here's a hidden backpack, which is a lifesaver when you're trying to make one trip with all your gear. It's been almost 2 weeks since I've seen my wife. Big job. All right, guys, I will see you tomorrow as I take a ride with my wife. Tomorrow we ride. Bye.